I did have some friends from my hometown find out about my OnlyFans. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably already tell from the title, today I'm going to be talking about OnlyFans and how I've grown my OnlyFans subscriber count, how I've made it into a main source of income, and just how I'm successful at it. So if you want to hear about that, let's hop right into this. So as many of you know, I started webcamming back in 2018, and once I started doing really well with that and getting the hang of it and just making really good money and getting lots of followers, I wanted to take it further. And I always had this sense that webcamming wasn't going to be a forever thing for me. It always felt like it was fleeting and just that I had to do something about it and make it bigger than it was for me at that time. So that's what I did. I ended up finding out about OnlyFans through a mutual friend, and the mutual friend wasn't a performer, entertainer, or online influencer, anything like that. He was just a regular guy, and he had an OnlyFans, and he would bring it up sometimes in conversation, but I was just, I was just curious, so I would listen to what he had to say, and it wasn't until probably the next night, actually, I was just scrolling online, reading about OnlyFans, and I think I saw somebody else talk about it, and I was like, why don't I try to see what this is about and create my own account? So that's what I ended up doing, and I had no idea what I was doing when I first started. I actually was promoting my paintings on there and just, doing workout videos and stuff like that. And I wasn't getting a lot of interaction or feedback or followers for that matter. So, like I said, I started my OnlyFans on May 1st of 2018, and it was only $5 a month to join my OnlyFans. So at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just posting kind of boring content. I was still kind of nervous to put videos of myself like that out on the internet, even though I was already doing adult films and stuff like that. So I just started with JO videos. I kind of worked my way into it, and I started getting more comfortable, and I was able to start doing JO videos, which I hope you guys know what that stands for. I would do muscle progress videos, like showing gym progress and how my body was changing with my gym routine. And I was uploading 3 to 4 times a week. So I felt like I wasn't giving my all into it, but it was still fun and I was still getting fans at the time. For the longest time, I had like 20, 25 fans, and I felt like I was doing really well. And I just knew I wanted to take it further, and I knew that I would have to be more willing to share more raw content, if you will. As my following began to rise on the website, people would tell me that I should start an Amazon wish list, and I was nervous about that too because I didn't want anybody to know where I lived and anything bad happen because of that. So I waited for a while, and about a month into that, I started my Amazon wish list, and people started sending me stuff like undies and toys, costumes, and suggestions. They would buy me stuff and then say, hey, I want to see you do this with that. And it was actually a great way for me to really mix up my content and just change things up and bring new and fresh content rather than the same old sitting on my bed or like taking a shower, stuff like that. So I was really thankful that people were suggesting new ideas to me because I honestly didn't know what I was doing at the time. And I started getting really creative with my content, especially since I was getting lots of gifts in the mail, stuff that I could use for my videos. So I'm very thankful for that. To all of you guys that are watching, if you've ever sent me something off my Amazon wish list, thank you so much because it's helped me in more ways than one. So fast forward, I moved out of this apartment that I was living in with a roommate, and I moved into another apartment a couple miles away, and it was a really nice complex. There was, new faces to see. It was clean, it was fresh, it was new. I was really happy to be living there. And I ended up meeting this guy that was practically my neighbor. He only lived a building away from me, but still in the same complex. Anyway, I would see him at the gym, and we started kind of growing a friendship a little bit because I would just see him around a lot, like at the mailbox or at the pool, stuff like that. And we got each other's numbers and we text back and forth. And one day when we were hanging out, by the way, he knew I was into guys. I didn't ever really hide that. And one day when we were hanging out, I was just talking about OnlyFans, and he was like, "Oh, we should totally do something." Like, and I think he was just joking, but once I actually took it seriously, he kind of backed out a little bit, but he still wanted to. So I kind of took the reins from there and said, we're going to do it this day, and this is how we're going to do it, and it might be awkward. And mind you guys, this is the first time that I've ever filmed with somebody else for my OnlyFans. So I still didn't know what I was doing. I was just going with what felt right. So I ended up making the video with him, and I don't know if it was his first time with a guy or not. We never got into that much detail, but he seemed to know what he was doing. But I know that the camera made him a little bit uncomfortable. It also made me uncomfortable because I had to keep moving around the angles, and we'd have to stop and just stuff like that. And I don't really know if he knew what he was in for. So like I said, it was kind of awkward, but once I finished the video and edited it together and posted it, people loved it. And I was like, oh wow, this is, I could do this, but I'm not the type of person to just be promiscuous and mess around with a bunch of random guys just in hopes that people will like it if I post it. So I kind of got creator's block from that a little bit at the same time because I just didn't want to fly all around the country and just, mess around with these guys just for a video. That's not how I saw myself making money, and it just didn't really feel right to me. At this time, I was filming with BSB, Broke Straight Boys, and I was going out just about every other month, so it was pretty regular. I was coming in contact with attractive guys that were tested and negative, and that seemed to be an opportunity for me, and I wanted to take up that opportunity, carpe diem. That quote has always stood out to me since I watched The Dead Poets Society back in 10th grade. That's such a good movie if you guys haven't seen it, with Robin Williams. Anyway, so one of my shoots, I ended up talking this guy into filming an OnlyFans video with me, and he filmed something for his OnlyFans, and it really worked out perfectly. This video, however, did not get as many likes and tips as the first one did, but it made me more open to the idea of bringing other guys onto my OnlyFans. So each time I went out to film Broke Straight Boys videos, I would try to get at least one or two videos with the models, and I think my fans really liked that. So I was able to kind of bridge that gap of rather it just being videos of me all the time, there was also some fun, duo videos here and there. Some OnlyFans creators, that's all their content is just them and other people, and I don't see my OnlyFans ever being that. I want to incorporate other people, but I know that I can be really creative. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Because like I said, I started in 2018 and I'm still doing it. I have more fans right now than I ever have on OnlyFans. And I get lots and lots and lots of positivity. But I do get some critiques from people, which is normal. And I like the feedback, whether it's positive or negative, because it helps me be better. I really thought that when I was filming my Broke Straight Boys scenes that it was the perfect opportunity to get more content with other guys because they were tested, they were clean, I had got to know them on a certain level, and the videos were a lot easier to film the second time around than the first time. As I got more and more into OnlyFans, people started to know that I did OnlyFans because I would promote it on my Twitter, and basically that's it. So people would find out about it, and sometimes when I would be in a hookup, some of the guys would want me to film the video for OnlyFans, and some of them I would be like, no, like, we shouldn't. But some of the other ones I would be like, yeah, let's do it. Because every time I turned one of them down, I would be kicking myself in the foot because I just knew that it would be a good video. But the difficult part is, enjoying those intimate times in the moment, or having to film them and kind of taking that intimacy away. You guys know what I'm saying? Because when you do have the camera out, it takes away that intimate energy. So I did film some videos with guys that I would be hooking up with back when I was hooking up a lot, and they're still up there. Guys, all of these videos are still up on my OnlyFans. I don't delete anything. So if you do want to subscribe, you can always go back and see even my first ever OnlyFans video, my first ever video with my straight neighbor, who I still am in contact with, by the way. He's a great guy. He doesn't live in Arizona anymore, though. So once I began to talk about my OnlyFans on YouTube, which, by the way, I was pretty uncomfortable with mentioning anything OnlyFans on YouTube for the longest time because I wanted to grow my YouTube and I didn't want my YouTube to be so raunchy, or I wanted my YouTube to be the more clean side of me, if that makes sense. I didn't want to include all of that, extra stuff to flood in my YouTube. But I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I think I totally should mention my OnlyFans because everything I do is in a tasteful way. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of anything that I've posted. I put lots of energy and effort into my videos. I edit them just like I edit my YouTube videos. Some of them are actually way more edited than my YouTube videos, but not in a bad way, just in a professional way. So once I started mentioning my OnlyFans on my YouTube videos, I started getting a large number of people subscribing to my OnlyFans account, and I was very thankful for that, but I also felt like, is this going to take my YouTube in a direction that I don't want it to go? But I think in life sometimes you have to kind of just let things flow and just see where they go. You also have to be conscious of the decisions you're making, but you can't just be so uptight about everything, and that's how I was, and it was really holding me back. So once I was comfortable with even putting my OnlyFans link in my description box, it helped me out a lot. And I think you can use that lesson in so many different areas of your life. Some things are going to be uncomfortable and just undesirable for you in the moment, but once you get past that hurdle, it'll open up so many doors for you that otherwise wouldn't have been opened if you didn't take that leap. So it was basically a leap of faith, and I'm really happy for it. One, there's always disadvantages to decisions that you make, even if there are huge advantages. So I did have some friends from my hometown find out about my OnlyFans. People would message me, some people, and just be like, how do you do that? Like, why would you do that? And nowadays, it's much more accepted than it was when it first started, and when creators started their OnlyFans accounts back in 2018, 2019. There's girls from my hometown that have OnlyFans that promote it on their Facebook and on their Snapchat, and I'm just like, I couldn't do it, but props to you guys, because I know those girls are making big bucks, and, good for them. At the beginning of this year, I started live streaming, and I don't know if the option was always available on OnlyFans. It might be a new feature, but I decided to do it one day, and I was completely mind blown. I didn't think anybody would come and watch me on there, but once I started doing it and treating it just like I was, my webcamming sites, it was a great way for me to connect with my fans and subscribers on a much deeper level. And I felt like it was the right thing to do. I felt like I should have been doing this all along because I was able to get to know the names of some of my fans and their stories and what they want to see and why they subscribe to me. It was such a great deal of information that I really, took in, and it made me feel connected with my fans. And I think that's important with any blog or subscription service that you have. Even with companies, I think that you should really put the effort into getting to know your fans and your subscribers and why they follow you and what they like about you. So live streaming on OnlyFans definitely helped me with that. Anyways, guys, this is going to be a part 1 video. There's so much that goes along with being an OnlyFans creator, and it's not possible for me to put it all into one video. So this is part 1, and as you guys are watching this, I will be in Florida filming scenes for Broke Straight Boys. I know I said that I was done with the industry, but shortly after posting that first video about leaving the industry, they reached out to me and we were able to negotiate some pay that was worth it, worth my while, worth my time, and I'm excited because I haven't been there since January, and I'm excited to see what kind of guys they have there now, and it's always a good time when I go there. Plus, I need a little vacation from Arizona, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought down below in the comment section, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye, guys.